Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Nanette. I'm a 61-year-old woman in Northeast Florida, documenting my financial journey here on YouTube as I track the months and weeks and days towards a semi-retirement in mid-October of this year. The date is somewhat arbitrary. I did not really select it. If you want to hear more about that, you can listen to any one of the previous videos because I repeatedly explained that situation. But in today's session, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to dive into our budgeting session. I'm in the midst of an experiment, kind of a trial retirement, if you will, where I'm living only off of income replacement funds for the next several months. And I'll be drawing them down by $5,000 a month. So that's where we're going to start today is budget out these $5,000 at the top of the screen. Okie dokie. The $5,000 is for any living expenses that I would incur were I retired today. So I will not be using the $5,000 towards any of my retirement instruments that you see here in the Someday Over the Rainbow category group, nor will I be touching on the payroll nonsense categories because those are directly tied to paychecks, which won't be coming in once I retire. So we will come on down to the third category group is where we're going to start. Life Will Out. This is just the stuff that it takes to keep me going: groceries, sundries, supplements, a little bit of gas, and some personal care items. So $550 for groceries, $75 each for sundries and supplements, which is a little bit steep, but I haven't revisited those targets. I'm probably going to bring each of those down to $50 in the coming months, but I don't make changes real quickly. Well, not all changes. Gas, my expenses are fairly low because I drive a hybrid and I work remotely, so I'm not running around town all that much. Personal care, I get frequent haircuts because I have short hair and want to make sure that I'm budgeting for at least one massage a month. So all of that comes to $948.36. Do Good in the World is all about helping other people. Let's see, for this month we have $114.23 going towards gifts, and $79.06 going towards Christmas. This is a little less than I did. Actually, it's substantially less. Last year I had budgeted $1,500 annually for Christmas, and this year only $1,000. So we'll see how that plays out this year. The Papa Payback category is already a month ahead, so I've already snoozed that one. Don't need to put anything into tax-deductible donations or Share the Wealth because they're fully funded for the year. What I get to do is look forward to spending them down to zero by the matching funds. I have to spend that down to zero before the job ends so that I can get the matching donations from my company. And then the Share the Wealth, I've got all year to spend that one down. That particular category is all about building community and sharing my money. I probably will be helping my sister with this one in the next day or so. She has a cat that sadly is at end of life and it's breaking her heart. So I do want to see what I can do to ease the pain just a little bit. My son's canteen funds, I need another $184.72. And then not my money. When money comes in for that category, it comes directly into the category group. It's not ever my money that is funding that one. So that's a total of $378.01. Another one is done. Now we'll move on to subscriptions. I'm toying with the idea of eliminating one or two of these and then rotating through subscription services, but I'm slow to make changes like that, and all of these are shared with other people, so that complicates matters all just a little bit more. And the total needed here of $146.42 is not going to break me, so just going to cover it and move on. The cats, the only thing that's needed in here is the $49.63 to top off the food and bring it up to $75 for the month. which I don't think I've ever spent $75 in any month, but having the $475 set aside for the cat always makes me feel better. Business operations, I think there's not a ton that's needed in here. $208.81 for everything. That covers the local business tax, Microsoft Office, iCloud storage, my son's cell phone, which he's already reimbursed me for this. That's some extra money that I'll be budgeting out towards the end of this session. Internet, cell phone, insurance on the cell phone, office supplies, unplanned, which we burned through all of the unplanned, all but 78 cents of the unplanned last month. So let's see how we do this month. And then I don't know that I mentioned it, but I snoozed the professional fees for now because I plan to do my own taxes. I may live to regret that decision, and we might be back in here funding it shortly, but that's the decision for right now. In the work hard section, we've got, why do we have nothing needed for power? That does not sound right. Not at all. It's underfunded by $250.11. I don't know why that's not showing right there, but I'm going to cover that, and now it's funded. All right. The rest of these, we've got $141.24 for car insurance, $136.01 for home insurance, $149.88 for property taxes, $17.65 for solid waste and stormwater. I have no escrow because I paid the house off a couple of years ago. And boy, howdy, is it nice to be 100% debt-free, at least for now. Guilt-free spending. We need $80 for fitness. We're already topped up on garden supplies. My dining out category group needs $445.24. Did not overspend it last month, but I did overspend significantly on groceries. And then, shall I blame the eggs? Yeah, I can blame the eggs. I can also blame some other things that had more to do with decisions I made. And then fun and adventures. This is where I'm feeling the pinch so far. I don't know how much. I think years past I didn't do much in the way of traveling or anything. I was just, I don't know, work. Last year I had a lot of money saved up in there, and I did a couple of trips with my sons, and it doesn't feel good to only have $326.89 here. So I'm not ready to change the target, but I am considering putting a little bit more in there if I can, whenever I can. And then help is here when you need it. I snoozed the gardening service. I'm not doing that this month. I'm absolutely doing Helping Hands. Going to need lots of help in the food forest and whatnot. Definitely doing the Whole Foods monthly delivery monthly fee and the mow and blow lawn work. Couldn't live without that. So that's $484.99. And I'm very pleased to get to the end and still have $1,463.65. But we did not touch sinking funds at all. So first up is my top priority right now is to get the insurance deductibles up to the $61.88. That would be the hurricane deductible, and I'm only short the $85.49. So celebrate that win. And then for the medical out-of-pocket, I'm okay with this being a little lower than target right now because I have HSA funds off budget that are more than $9,000. And that's almost, where would it be over here? That would almost cover the out-of-network, out-of-pocket maximum for the year, were something catastrophizing to happen this year. But what do I want to do here? Well, first thing is I'm seeing I haven't covered the $50 for the car maintenance and repairs, and I never go a month without doing that. And then for the home maintenance, I think I'll go ahead and put, I think what I want to do is round this up so that it is at the $2,000 mark. So I don't know that I can do the math, but I'm going to try. Be 72.0 72 would get that to where I want it to be, to 1800. Add 200 to that. And then I think add 1,000 to that. Okay. So that feels pretty good to bring that up to 3,000. It's actually on track to hit the $12,000 stretch goal that I have. And then I'll take the $54.44 and put that into the medical out-of-pocket, so it's a little bit less yellow. Let's go to underfunded and see what we've got out here. Not touching the investment vehicles at the moment. So that would bring us down to the medical out-of-pocket being the only one that got underfunded that hasn't already been snoozed. There's a few others that were, well, we can go look at the snoozed ones, couldn't we? I'm happy with all of these guys being snoozed. That's not bad. That feels actually pretty good. So this $5,000, if I could somehow generate $5,000 a month without wiping out my retirement proceeds or my investments too quickly, this is good. This is really, really good. I know the retirement investments that I have so far are not sufficient to generate this kind of money, but yeah, if I do the right tax strategies and whatnot, I think I'll be okay. All right. So I also have set aside $386.06 to budget now. This is interest from my high yield savings account, a little bit of cash back money, and my oldest son reimbursing me for his cell phone coverage. So for this, I think it is also money that would get generated were I retired. So I think it makes sense for me to tuck this money into the medical out-of-pocket. It's more than the $360.69 that's necessary. So then I'm going to take the $25.37 and I'm going to tuck it into the Play Harder, into the Fun and Adventures. And that feels pretty good. All right, so that is all the money that we have to budget in this particular session. I'm pretty pleased with how the experiment is going so far. I don't think it's telling me everything that I need to know. I do think that it is serving as a little bit of a distraction from the real work, and the real work being I really need to work on my retirement planning so that I can figure out what my tax strategies will be for how much I take out of my retirement funds, and when I do that, and when I choose to start receiving Social Security. I find that pretty daunting. I don't currently have a financial planner or anybody that I am working with. I did purchase some retirement planning software that I want to play around with first before I even consider paying anybody to do it, because I'm kind of a self-service person. So that's where I stand right now. As far as this experiment, what I like so far about it, obviously, is the money that I already have in sinking funds and other funds, and the $5,000 is definitely covering my living expenses. So that is extremely comforting. I like that it is slightly constrained so that I am feeling where the pinches are. I think it is demonstrating that the most challenging things for me to cover are exactly what I thought they were going to be. It would be to keep doing the fitness. It would be to be able to continue supporting my youngest son's canteen account, and then the Fun and Adventures. I could probably shave off a little bit of money here and there by saving on groceries, not eating out. I probably won't eat out nearly as much once I'm retired as I do right now, and subscription services and a few other things that people are always trying to shave away. But I'm not living, I'm not living beyond my means. I don't have any debt, and it does put me in a much safer position to be able to consider this kind of stuff. So if you've watched this far in the video, thanks. I really appreciate you hanging in with me, chatting about all this stuff. Really appreciate you watching. Love to see the subscriber count climb just a little bit here and there. But of course, my favorite part is interacting with people in the comments. So if you've enjoyed any of this, or if you have any thoughts, concerns, ideas about this particular experiment or anything that you're seeing in here, please feel free to comment. I'll look forward to reading those. Really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks so much for coming along. Bye now.